Hello, this is Carillion, and this is part 8 of my Total War Rome 2, set to very hard difficulty as Rome. Last turn we took over Ars, and we had conquered the entire region of Tarraconensis. We're fixing it up, making some money. We've built up our military units here, so that we'll be able to get first cohort and Praetorians. So we are looking at some pretty tough things that are coming along. Looking here, we see that we have several stacks that are moving around. We know that there's 2 stacks of the Celtiberians. This is probably the last large army of the Sistani. They are forced marching, which means if we attack them, we will get to ambush them, which makes this even more promising, because not only are they going to be weakened, we're going to be able to get in there on them really quickly. So that'll need to happen. Over here we see that there are 2 more Sistani armies, both of which are kind of small. This one has 3 heavily damaged units. This one has 4 pretty heavily damaged units. If I march over here, they probably run away, which doesn't serve any purposes. And Ars is being rebuilt to be in the R image, but it's going to take a bit. There's also a navy over here. They're pretty battered. If everyone attacks Tarraco, I believe Tarraco will be able to hold. We have 2 ships that seem fairly injured, but we have over 1,000 legionnaires, 254 out of 320 vigiles, lots of velites, and some plebs for, I don't know, dying. Plebs aren't really good for much other than dying. So, now, I could bring this army down to look at Numidia. They have a full stack. I think that I'm going to hold off on invading them. We'll go back into the city of Aquilum, because we don't need to defeat them yet, and I need to watch for these stacks. So let's go ahead and do a fight. We'll start by taking this army and coming to attack this guy who is silly enough to force march up to us. So we got the ambush. Now we could just auto do this. Let's see what it looks like. They have a lot of these Iberian swordsmen. They have 2 units of cavalry that are these ones I like a lot. These I think are more for some reason I thought these guys were actually ranged, but they just have javelins, and then 4 units of it. Well, we're gonna go ahead and fight this on the battle mat and get a good fight to start this off. Should be pretty straightforward. There's an ambush going. We could have actually just auto-resolved this quite easily, because our defensive and offensive stats are much better than what they're bringing to the table. We're going to launch into them, hitting them along the line and forcing them, and then we're going to bring the cavalry with some of the lighter non-legionnaire units from the other side to flank. Let's see how much they're spread out. So up here we have, so that must be the leader, Ao? Swordsman, more swordsmen. We have our cavalry, we have some skirmishers, we have Cantabarian cavalry, slingers, and okay. So we're going to take these units. We're going to spread them out like that. I'm going to grab these three and we're going to bring them to here. On the other side, coming down off this mountain, we will, first of all, we will take these units and we're going to put them like this. Then we're going to take our cavalry and we're going to spread them out like that. Our generals unit we'll put right here to be able to throw those bonuses. So basically this is just going to be a charge forward. We're going to start by grabbing all of these. I want you. I want yeah, we'll just grab everyone. And then just charge forward. Charge, don't sit there. I swear they'll walk until I want them to run, and then they come on. Why are you guys not charging? Earlier I could not get them to walk for the at all. Now I can't get them to charge. I need okay. My ambush did not go well. I could not get any charges off for some reason. But that's fine. This unit's about to fall. Where are my other cavalry units? I need my cavalry unit over here. Bring it over here. I want you to come over here as well. You guys come fight him.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Come on, bring my cavalry over. We need to go and take care of this general's unit. Go fight him. So you two cavalry. We need to go fight this general. Form up here. We have them routing at this point. We weren't able to really close them off. That was a sad ambush. It's going to be a stunning victory nonetheless. We're not going to lose much and they're going to lose a ton. Okay, you go after these guys over here. We want to kill them all if possible. It's probably not possible, but we want to do it.
The enemy general is dead. Engage!
We're going to continue. We need to chase everyone down. We'll speed this up. It's not the most fun to watch people just randomly chasing after. But if we can get these people, if we can kill off most of these units ahead of time, we won't have to keep fighting endless battles. Next one will probably just auto resolve, since we will have killed off so many that there's not really going to be a lot left. Come on, get over here. No, the swordmen are gonna get away. Come on, Cap, get to him, get to him! Nope. Okay, well, we lost 375 to 1600, so it was still a pretty decisive victory. I cannot believe I couldn't get them to charge. If you were watching the earlier videos, whenever I tried to deploy my men anywhere, every time they ran. Now suddenly, why would we run? Let's just wander over, nice and slow like. It really didn't get quite the closed off aspect that I was hoping. This unit got kind of messed up, but they more or less fought the general by themselves for several turns, for a large part of the fight. And we're going to kill everyone, and we're going to chase you down. We won't bother to fight this one out because it would be highly pointless. We're just so much bigger than them now. It'll take us a turn or two for this army to stop being tattered, but we are just going to march back to the city. Now we have the revolt here, but every turn we let this revolt sit here, it's going to grow by maybe 4 units. So even if we, now there'll be experience, which is problematic, but it'll also give plus 20 to our popular or public order. Can I think of the word there for a moment? Sorry about that. Plus 20 to public order. We're getting a huge amount of bonus because all the malcontents are leaving. We're getting penalties from raiding. I'm not sure where the raiding came from. Maybe it's from previous turns. I don't think these people are raiding. Yeah, I mean they're forced marching and they're just sitting there. I'm gonna fight him on the offhanded chance he's willing to fight. I can come back to Ars and defeat a rebellion if I need to. Oh, they are. Well, we're not going to bother to actually fight it. We'll just finish him off. Ars would get much closer to rebellion, but if I can finish off all of these armies, it will be totally worth it. And we got some experience for our guy. Campaign movement, totally always worth taking as we get closer to dealing with him. So we have the Celtiberians down here. We are at war with them. We are not at war with Numantia. Ebora and Ellipso, I believe, are the only two in that realm. So once I finish this off, if I can get the general public order here to be back down to normal. Are you raiding? No, you're forced marching. If I can get that back to normal, then I'll just launch an attack and remove the Celtiberians and leave this army to patrol the Ars and Terraconesus areas. With that in mind, we have nothing else to build here, and we have money, so let's go take a look at our homelands and see what we're looking at. We see that we've not yet finished this off. We're leaving them there. We have a non-aggression pact, and we're trading with them, and they're sitting on 2 stacks and preventing Athens from coming up. We see that Athens has reached all the way up to Delminium. They have not yet attacked the Dalmatai. If Athens comes all the way up to Patavium, I will have to change gears heavily and launch my war on the east. I can't let Athens be that close to Rome. So at that point I would launch a 2-pronged attack probably at Ieder and Patavium and drive them far away from my provinces. There's another city up here that is important to hold, but that is not for now. For now, I just have this army here. It is a pretty awesome army, if I do say so. Have not bothered to upgrade my equates. I have some V-lights, which are not amazing, but it's something to work with. We're gonna go for money, so we're gonna increase that. And is there anything in Rome proper I can build? Nope. Nothing in Magna Carta that's worth building. We've built everything there. We've built everything there, and we have nothing to build here yet. It's expensive to build stuff. Now, every turn I'm trying to get one new trade partner, and I'm throwing money at them to get it done. The Averni I'm going to go to war with soon, so it's pointless to trade with them. They're right here. Once I've taken what I intend to take in Iberia, which will be these lands and these lands. So 3 more cities. I will be turning my attention north against the Averni. So trading with them just serves no purpose. Same, you're one of the 3 cities I plan on taking, so serves no purpose. Cimmeria, you don't hate me anymore. Let's see if we can get trade with you.
If I can give you a fair answer,
Although you seem to be losing land, you used to be a lot bigger. We'll offer you some money. If I go over 1,000, does it become moderate? No, you're not gonna trade with me. Apparently you really don't like me. You just don't want to admit it. Colchis, I can trade with you. Let's see if we can get anything going. So trade agreement is moderate. Oh, that's excellent. I didn't have to drop any money on you, so now I can try to get someone else to agree to trade. Now Cimmeria hates me again, but whatever, I don't really care. The Abdani. Abdani are going to be just left alone on their little island until I come and say hi to them, so they're an excellent partner to get long-term trade. We wouldn't make decent amount, so I can pay over 1,000, and because we're going to get more than 10 turns of trade there, and it will break even or grow as I get better trade results. So let's give them some money. Let's see if this makes it moderate. Okay, so it's moderate. Is this moderate? No, so let's try that 1,000 again. If I had just paid them 1,000, turns ago, I may have already made back what I'd spent on it. I'll try one more amount. Now, it may seem kind of ridiculous, but long term, it's going to take me forever to conquer the Abdani, and no one else is going to mess with them. Oh, they're highly likely to take my 1,000 gold. But we do it with the trade. No, they're not going to. Okay, so let's see. Egypt still hates me. Apparently you declare war on someone just to make other people happy, and they get very upset at you. It's not like I ever attacked them. How silly is it that there's only a moderate chance you'll accept my money? That's ridiculous. The Dalmatia, I believe we're already trading. We are. Am I trading with the Helvetiki? Nope, they hate me. For whatever reason. I am trading with Macedon. Am I trading with the Seleucids? Wow. At one point, the Seleucids had conquered all the way through here. Is this Egypt now? No, Egypt is just down here. Rhodos? Polygon? Cappadocia? Maybe this is the one? Anyways, Seleucids, you need help. Let me help you. I'll pay you 600 if you trade with me so that we can... okay, well, we'll try... I'm kind of reluctant to go too high because they're getting there. I guess they still own this land. That looks like Seleucid territory. But they have lost... Tarsus and Antioch. That's kind of interesting. So trade agreement. We'll try one more because I think this will be a 200 plus a turn. So in 5 turns, I've made back what I've put into this. Right? Oh, only 131. Well, you're not worth going any higher than that. Is there anyone else worth trying? Agamemnon? You seem to be doing really well. I'm pretty sure if I offer you 1,000 that we'll have at least 5 turns. Though, oh, that's high. So let's drop this down a little bit. That's still high. Drop this down again. Still high. Wow. How have you not traded with me before now? Still high. That's weird. I've tried to trade with you all this time and you've never wanted to accept, and now you accept? What's up with you? You're happy with treaties with Rhodos and Pontus. You're upset with the Seleucid stuff and passed through to Sards. And apparently you've wiped out Sards, so that's not a concern to me. Nametes, you're angry people. Iceni won't work with me. The Abdani have said they won't work with me. I don't want anything with the other two. Would love treaties with you, but I bet you're not quite sure why those are bothering you as much as they are. Okay, so looking at that, we actually gained several trade routes. Again, we have yet to raise our taxes because we've been able to make so much money off of trade. Focusing in on trade has brought almost 4,000 in a turn, 37.25. So that's we're only making about 550 talents or gold beyond what trade is bringing in. We could not build and keep the armies we're going if we didn't in the early turns really try to get as much trade as possible. Sitting there clicking over and over again may seem boring, but it is such an important aspect of ensuring that you can build an empire in this game. We're going to go to intern. We have a skill with someone. Who has the skill? It's not you, not you, not you. Here we go. This would give you, that doesn't really matter. What do I want from you? It's any good authority stuff. That's not good authority. That's not good. Don't care. We're not going to recruit that much more infantry with you. So we're going to go with Zeal, because I don't really care about any of the authority stuff that it gave. And Zeal was the one that he didn't have abilities for. And Zeal gives you some cool abilities in this game with just bonuses to bonuses to damage and whatnot. So we're going to go to intern. Yeah, the extra 5% may not seem like a lot, but over enough time, even if it's just a little bit here or there, it can really impact how well the army sustains itself from fight to fight. Because it's not even necessarily how much you win in one fight, it's the ability to fight that third or fourth time if you have to. Wow, that surprises me. Why would you come this way? My army is sitting there. It just slaughtered your allies. You didn't go for the city. I've completed an advancement, that's good. I've lost trade with someone I just got trade with. Well, you know, good times last what last. I'm just gonna end this rebellion now. We're not gonna bother to fight it. Even they have experience, but I outnumbered them massively, and quite frankly, being able to get like a 93, getting able to get like no kills is pretty useful. I should come out with almost no one dead in that battle. 178 loss. I probably would have lost at least twice that had I fought it. And so this game, it just benefits you to occasionally take the bonus and run. Okay, so you plus 6 melee attack and defense for all heavy infantry units. Now looking at my army, these are heavy infantry, like everything Rome does is heavy infantry. So that bonus that gives plus 6 to all heavy infantry is amazing. Make sure this is not something that I want more. Ooh, -4 upkeep for all land units. That's actually the more important one. That is a legacy thing. So this army will forever cost 4% less, regardless of who the general is. Which is pretty nice. Now that we've taken care of that, let's take a moment and look and see what we want to do. Here, we could do naval, but naval doesn't matter. It's only 19 turns now to get this, which would give us our top soldiers. Looking at money would be 8 turns to get to this, which would give us tariffs. If we're gonna bother doing this, we should really do it soon because we're gonna be losing trade partners more than gaining them in the near future. This would give us our buildings. We could finally build up level 3 buildings, which would be pretty good, and it would lead to wealth from industry, level 4 buildings, and eventually level 5, level 4 more stuff. It doesn't give us a... Okay, so that's what that does. This would give us improved tax rate, which would be good, +2 to public order, and -5 to corruption in provinces. So we get more money through reduced corruption, we get more money from tax rate, and it would be a little bit easier, because if we had +2 tax rate here, it would be done. So we're going to go ahead and go for that. 5 turns is not very long. We'll get that taken care of pretty quickly. Now 4 turns we get this, which would be +2 cultural conversion, but we'll go for removing corruption. That would take 2 food. It would give an extra 100 gold a turn, and it would improve my cavalry. We are going to build that, and sure, this would give us also give us a little bit of garrison, which don't know if it really matters, but 100 +2 growth is good, and no squalor, so we'll build that. See how Eris is doing. We're going to build food here and Minerva. Okay, you are gonna come down here and fight. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units. You've hired some garrison or some mercenaries. Your heavy cav. I just don't know if it'd be fun to even watch this. The cav would charge in, and then they would just get killed by my infantry. I don't think they would have a huge... I don't think these are shock cav, really. They have, like, their general would die pretty quickly. I'm just gonna auto-resolve it. We'll go with the balance. We're gonna finish off that. Kill them all! Kill them all! And we have a new level 4 general. That gives him +1 more to his authority and plus to morale. We're gonna go with cunning, so he's now a 5 cunning, and we're gonna move into here and attempt to prevent we'll force march if we have to. Try to stop this revolt from happening. So much of what's causing this revolt is the lack of Hellenic culture here. Looking at this, we see that Latin culture is on the rise, but we are 3%. Over here, when we look at it, we see that Latin culture has reached 18%. Celtic culture is also rising. Where is Celtic culture coming from? That's not necessarily what I want to see. Why is there not a 4th growth space eventually in Arash-Selam? Interesting. I wonder if it's something here that they're doing, which is sending it down this direction. We have the... That's interesting.
At your command. Your next command.
So they're now sitting on 2 stacks. That one's 13 units. You're gonna come back here. I forgot to put you on March. Okay. Really need to get this order taken care of. What do I have to do to get this order taken care of? 13 turns. I really don't want to wait 13 turns. Rating is going down. It looks like by 10 a turn. So we should be out of rating next time. That'll improve it by 10, 11 points because of that. Cultural differences are becoming less. How are we doing for food in this region? We're doing pretty well with food. It might be worth actually ditching something for another temple. Minerva might need to be worshipped more. Now, the Celtiberians, I do want to take them out. The easiest way will be to go around rather than through these guys. But we're going to spend a few turns. It's okay. We have plenty to build. We're going to spend a few turns getting public order and to shape. Having to constantly squash rebellions is not going to improve the overall performance of the kingdom. Now, so we're going to go ahead and end turn. We're not going to worry about trade this turn. Asking every turn just comes off as kind of needy, pathetic. And we are neither needy nor pathetic. Macedon is down there. That's interesting. I think they've puppet stated Athens, which is weird because I think Athens is bigger and stronger than them. I don't know what's up with them. They are either fighting rebels constantly or I don't even know. So we've gained a rank with one of our people. We have an outraged population in Cartagenesis. Well, that's not surprising. It'll get better with that. So I'm not going to put any more money into this. I'm going to need to move that up to a... I'm going to need to move that up to a type 3 before I can really move out of this region. You're fine. We're finally getting some bonuses. If I pull you out of the city, we go back to penalties. What are we looking at now? Instability, cultural differences. It is getting better, but it's not getting better much faster, and this isn't going to add any happiness. No, it's not. What do I need for that? I may have to improve my towns. Looking at this, where we see that Latin culture is up to 20%. We are growing considerably fast. 3% a turn. I just don't know how many turns I want to hold off moving on. This tribe is joined with another strengthening both their causes. I don't know if we're going to protect the people. Oh, you united with them. That's kind of... It's kind of unique. You're getting a promotion. We'll give you that, because why not? What I really want to do is give you that, but I couldn't do it yet. You guys are going to go to normal march because there's no reason not to. And you're going to stand there. Looking pretty. Okay. We're just not going to build anything else here at the moment. We're going to move on. And we will build here, which is pretty safe. We'll build that. See if there's anything else in our other regions. We can build here. This produces more gold, and gold is what makes the money go round. We're going to go ahead and end turn. we really have to get the public order in northern Iberia under control before I move out. If I leave now and just end up having to come back and stomp revolts, it will do no good. Now the garrisons are not bad at this point. They have legionnaires, they can hold up pretty well, especially in the walled cities, but if I don't have to get those done, then it would be better not to. And quite frankly, I do have some time. So let's see. Can I build this up? I need what tech to do that? I need that tech. We'll probably do that just to get the level 4 version of the Basilica. And +6 cultural conversion, I mean that's what's killing me here is cultural. Is the time it's taking to do a cultural conversion. To the point I'm actually thinking of knocking down something and building another church. It wouldn't be terrible. Looking at the church, it takes up some food but provides +10 wealth from culture. Not a lot of cultural wealth from this region. +4 research, plus its public order. And this isn't really doing much for me. So I'm going to knock it down and I'm going to build another church here just so I can begin moving on. If I move one of my armies out, as a 19-man army. I can probably take it, especially if I bother to upgrade my troops. I can go in there and take Olisipo. Don't know what Obera has. We're gonna move. We are on the move. If we hold off too long, the powers in Athens and whatnot in Egypt, and we'll just continue to expand, and that would be problematic. Can I trade with you, Nori? If I can't trade with you, I don't care about you. I can't trade with you, and you don't like me. Why don't you like me? Oh, because I trade with the Reiti. Yeah, well, whatever. I'm gonna kill the Reiti soon enough. So, we do have a ton of gold. I have no reason to have any more Hastati in my army. You are the Roman protector. There's no reason to have you down here anymore. I'm gonna actually bring you back up to Rome. That region is perfectly happy. How are we for Latin culture? Punic and Hellenic culture are on the rise. Why are Punic and Hellenic culture on the rise? Well, that's not going to happen. We will expand our churches. I don't know if I really like having 2 churches in every region, but it may be, especially with 4. And it's getting us, bigger bonuses to our research rates, which again we did want to try to research everything by the end of this campaign. You're just gonna stay here for another turn or two, and we'll go ahead and end the turn. We have some people with stuff to gain. I really like you. What is this? Don't care. +1 zeal doesn't help the general. Doesn't help. Sure, get that one. Counterintelligence sounds good. Then we'll end the turn. Oh, another character has a skill. Let's just bounce around and find out who has it. It's your spy. We're gonna go with the same thing. No, we'll go ahead and end the turn. We are really raking in the money. I mean, we have, like, at this point, 4 to 5 pretty good armies. Should probably bring one of those from the one in Rome over. Or I'll just start building another one. May start building another one in Iberia. Huh, the Nori are coming by. That's interesting. The Iceni and the Etribartes. Cool. Factions have joined war. The Athens and Egypt. Awesome. Beat on each other. Egypt came. I thought Egypt was done for. I mean, they were pushed back all the way to here, and they managed to have apparently retaken Egypt. Which I am mildly surprised at. I did not think they'd be able to retake their homeland. Okay. You're gonna come up to here.
Forgive me, but I cannot.
And I'm gonna send my scout forward to take a look. There's suddenly a big snow cloud. That's looking awfully clear, which is interesting. Where did your army go? Can you reach it this turn? No, you cannot. Which means you probably can't reach it next turn either. I'm gonna move you to here, because if there's an army that way, I don't necessarily want them to come get me. And I'm going to bring you back in, so that I have those bonuses to cunning. Sitting on 8,000 gold, that's pretty good. Due to the amount of gold I have, we're going to just upgrade all of my forces. There's no reason for them to not be upgraded at this point. We're back under 5,000, but that was worth it. We're going to build a church, which will help us with our stuff. Sadly, winter's making people unhappy. Public order and stuff is... we're being killed by that. Looking at this, we see that we're up to 24%, but Celtic is rising as well, which isn't good. This takes food, I think. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade our food. And I don't want to upgrade too much out here. I would much rather upgrade the areas back here that are like that. Awesome. It's going to be a -3 public order, but this region is sitting on +7 public order in winter. So plenty to do that. And that'll end us with 999 gold. You can keep marching to Rome. I don't want someone to, when I'm not paying attention, to sack Rome. That would be, in my opinion, like a death knell for the campaign. I have no reason to keep you. You can go away. I don't know why I've held that cavalry there as long as I could when he wasn't, you know, under attack ever. There was 200 gold a turn that was kind of being wasted. Keeping cavalry is important, I guess, when there's a chance you'll be attacked, but if there's no... Ah, I missed that one. Oh well, I'll have to remember to build that first next turn. We need to get that public order bonus and whatnot, and we have plenty of food here for that. Is this the same one? Yeah. Raising it to that would be pretty good, so that I can, you know, buy the ones that don't have penalties. What is this? +3 growth and on, +3 wealth from industry. One day, not a huge priority. So we're gonna go ahead and end turn and see if we get attacked before we hit Elis Bispo. Now oh, they came out with a stack and change. 2 and change. Wow, that's horrible. I didn't realize they had that much. Let's fall back, guys. Fall back. Interesting, they didn't pursue me.
Come now.
Sure.
Debate this matter.
Sounds good. You left one army by itself. That seems strange. The Frisia can no longer trade with them? What happened to them? See, the Frisia may have been... Oh, they were destroyed by the Nervi. We have a trait. A procrastinator. Why do today what can be put off until next week? This is a question that many people ask. And often do not get a good answer. Okay. First thing I want to remember to do is build up this to a size 3. We're getting some bonuses, probably because Autumn is getting +2. That means it's actually getting bonuses anyways. That's good. This is even. Next turn it should start providing bonuses.
That's your command.
How are we doing in this region? We're down to 12 on cultural differences. About a quarter of it is. Okay, so here's the thing. He has a stack. That's a lot of cav. That is some pretty nice cav, actually. So their Scutari cavalry are pretty decent. They have a 50 melee attack, only 25 damage. Their bonus versus large. So apparently they're meant to fight other cavalry. They do have decent armor and whatnot. Here we have a couple of... Wow, 71 melee attack, 87 and 32. That's pretty impressive. So this is actually a pretty decent army. I think that I need to fall back and wait for to bring my other army up. It's gonna be a couple turns still, but not having... What penalties are there if you step out of this region? -8. Yeah, so we're looking at probably 4 or 5 turns, but they're just an awful lot of them, and I don't necessarily mind losing an army, but if we can go in, defeat them without having to lose our army, it'll be a lot easier to continue to progress on past this turn. I really wish this region gave public order. That would be awfully impressive. None of this gives anything good, right? Squalor. Yeah, everything is negative there. We're not going to bother to build that there because we have things we can build up here. How are we looking in this region? Land culture is on the rise. We can build something though, so let's go ahead and build... Do I want the aqueduct? Or do I want to build my Field of Mars? I'm thinking the Field of Mars. Well, we could finally build Ballista. I'm not a big fan of having them in battles, but they do have their uses. I need to build something now. I'm going to build this. We're going to convert this to a library. Do I really want to convert that to a library? Let's see, +6 terrace from trade agreements. That's better. Let's convert to that. And then this will be my library. If I convert to a library, how long would it take? 3 turns. I want the money. We don't need public order here. Public order is going to be just fine, so we won't worry about that. This region, I think at that point means there's nothing else I can do. This region, I could buff that. I can afford some squalor. 50 gold for... I just don't think that's worth the monetary cost. So we will skip that. Let's look at Ars. Interesting name for a city. We're moving in the right direction. So with that in mind, I think I'm going to actually raise a new banner. Let's see who we have. We have him. We have... You have a funny looking helmet. I'm not as big fan of the helmet. Let's see if we can... Nope, don't want to do that. What about you? I'm going to raise an army. I'm going to come into this region, and you're going to build... They want Praetorians. There are 182. Veteran Legionnaires are 146. The first cohort is 164. Working just by Legionnaires, which are way less expensive to build and way less expensive to maintain. So we're just going to build 3 of them. Someday, having stacks of Praetorians may be fun, but I need way more income than what I have now. So the question is, when I have them, I may be able to move that army out, which should be excellent, because then I can bring my 2 stacks down and take out the Celtiberians. So we're gonna end this. We're gonna do this one last thing, and then we'll probably end the turn. It'll be a little less than an hour for this segment. We did get a little ambush in and a couple of just auto-resolve things that were just not worth fighting. Injured groups, it didn't matter. I guess I could have fought that revolt. I did outnumber them massively in number of units, and so I don't know if it would have been, you know, very worthwhile. And I'm pretty sure that we just would have lost more than 180 dudes without really gaining anything. So we've done one organization. We can go ahead and pick our next one before we finish. I kind of think that we don't really need more food. Going this route to get the Basilica Minerva might be the best, because then we're getting the cultural conversion and whatnot. Again, that's what's really killing us as we go through. And it gives us level 3 libraries. So we're going to go for that. Let's look and see if anything interesting. War is declared between Carthage and the... Oh, that's not great. I may have to go and take that region out. Maybe I'll get them to pay me to go to war. That would be good. Construction, faction destroyed, faction destroyed. I just have to make these decisions. +2 morale or +5 armor. Send to pull. This one is +5 shots per minute or +5 armor. Send to that to pull. This one +5 chance to launch an ambush or +1 cunning. We're gonna go with the cunning. This man crowds us to his foul-mouthed. Well, he sucks. We completed research. We have an increase in rank. Our veteran soldier. We'll take care of that later. I do want to do the one bit of diplomacy before we end this, where I offer to go to war for Carthage, because I would like to take that region from Carthage. It would be really awesome if they went down and took this city here, because then I would be able to take this whole region. I would not have Baetica, but I'm not going to go to war with Nova Carthage at this point. So Carthage, if you pay me, say 2,000, I will join war against the Erevicai. How about 1,000? Come on. I'll join war against Erevicai and the Egypt. Okay. I don't care about accepting war against Egypt. They already hated me. They're far enough away that they're not going to come fight me, and if they do, I will just start a new front in Egypt, because it's easy to guard. I can take their region and hold it with an army or two and be okay. And then I can, at this point, afford to make quite a few armies. And coming down into here with, I'll just try to make peace with Egypt in a turn or two, see if they'll pay me to do it. So with that in mind, I'm really wondering if there's an army here.
We hunger for battle. At your command. Waiting for
There is. How big is this army? It's an 18-man army, and the region has 7 units defending it. I may bring this guy in to help. I'll have him to take out any rebellions, and we can try to take this early. All we have to check for is if an army is. Is there an army
march.
fighting Court Hadashat?
Your next command.
Oh, you're not showing us. Oh well, we're gonna come back here for now.
We hunger for battle.
Okay. Well,
Ready for all.
that was interesting. We're going to go ahead and end this video at this point. Subscribe and like the video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to mark below. Again, I am gearing up to do a Total War Warhammer, and I'll be interested in what people are wanting to see. I'm going to get the pre-order, so I'll have the original 5 factions, and leaning towards starting with the vampire counts. I'm not sure how well it will meet my playstyle. If the throwaway melee will just be too weak. But if someone else has something that they think would be more fun to see, leave it in the comment section below, and we will see what we can do. Otherwise, have a great day. Talk to you later.